Hi, my name is Eduardo Aguirre Serrate. I'm a physics major here at ASU. I decided to study physics because I always liked math and sciences since I was a kid. I've always had like an affinity for them, like even like since like preschool. I've always liked to add things. My parents even like like to buy me like little microscope like sets to play with, and then I just kept going with it, and eventually I just decided to become a chemistry major, and eventually became a physics major. So I really like the physics department because um, even right now I have like a really close connection to the faculty. I'm actually planning on doing research studies. I've been doing them with some of my professors for over a year now, and next semester I'm still going to like go a little bit further and actually going to like make a poster and present it to like the Angelo State Symposium. Um, but yeah. I chose ASU. Well, first of all, I'm an international student, so it became like a whole process to begin with. Ever since high school, there were some football professors. The story is like pretty cool. There are some football professors, like coaches. Sorry, there are some football coaches here at ASU that try to get some athletes from my high school in Mexico. And luckily, I guess like my mom works there, so they're like, like you can still try out. I'm not an athlete, obviously. um, and so what ended up happening is I presented I took my admission test to get here into ASU, and none of the athletes passed the tests. Like I was one of the two people who actually made it through, and like both people who actually like came here to ASU, none of us are athletes. So they tried to get athletes, they got us, and we're still like we have a really good GPA and everything. So we're just proud to be here. Well, I started developing this like liking an affinity for sciences and math. And whenever I first realized it, it was I remember specifically like third grade. We were dealing with like multiplications and everything, and like addition, like all the math class that we like did, and we had kind of like competitions between like my classmates. And it was just about multiplying numbers from like the table of like 12, like all 1 through 12, right? And I remember finishing first, like every single time. There was not a single time that I didn't finish first, like before any of my classmates. And it was like with a really like great advantage. So I was like, like what? I maybe have like a really good like edge on this. Like, I'm actually good. So I try to like develop it further as I went, you know, continued with my education. So the biggest difference between high school and college, even though like I'm not used to like the American high school system, but then coming again like since I'm an international student, I feel like the difference is even bigger. High school in Mexico, it is very different. Like it's like a really set system where here in at least it is ASU, but like in college, we have way much more autonomy. Like here in college you get to pick your professors, you get to make your own schedule, you get to do everything by yourself. You don't actually follow the system. Like you just yeah, it's very different. And even like you have like different departments. Instead of like you just go to this classroom all day and then your professors come to you, like here you go to your professors. Obviously, at the beginning you feel very alienated, especially coming like it's a really big step coming from high school to college. But now imagining it coming to like a different country that has like a really different culture. Like first of all, I was like really scared of like missing my family and being really homesick. Of course, and being really far away from home, it's just it adds like a level, like a bigger level to that. But I would say that I was also like my biggest challenge was fear, like fear of the unknown, fear of not being close to anyone that I really knew, fear of everything really. But I feel like to overcome that challenge, you just have to put yourself out there and get out of your comfort zone. Like that doesn't happen very often. Like the chances for that to happen are not very often, or that's what you think about, whenever you get here. But then you start realizing that once you start getting comfortable, you start realizing that that process shouldn't be so hard, and it was like all in your head, and then you just have to put yourself out there. There's a lot of opportunities here. I feel like every college, everywhere you go, you just have to find them, but you have to be willing to. When I first came here, I was really scared, and I didn't know what to do, like who to meet, and didn't exactly have like the best relationship with my roommate at the time. So it was just like being by myself the whole time. But then I started realizing that there's always opportunities. Just by looking at the bulletin boards, there's always flyers of like, oh yeah, there's gonna be an event here at this time, or yeah, like we have like root beer floats at the common center here at my university. Like it's just going to those little things that actually start like expanding your horizons. But yeah, and then I actually started looking into maybe getting a job, and then on campus, and working my way through it. What I'm planning on doing after I finish my degree here at ASU is actually apply for grad school here in the US, or not necessarily in the US. I've also like started looking into grad schools and maybe in Canada or New Zealand or Ireland. Like honestly, like the sky is the limit. So I'm not necessarily like would want to go back to Mexico and start working there. I really want to go to grad school. I'm already applying for it. I'm taking the tests for it. So yeah, I'm really excited for everything that is about to come. Being a part of different majors here at Angelo State, it made me realize that the Physics and Geological Sciences department at ASU is incredibly strong compared to all the other ones. The faculty, the staff, everyone, even the students, everyone that surrounds you in this department, the infrastructure, everything is just so solid.